Hey y'all, what's up? It's Joy Kane, and this will be a review on Married to Medicine, the Lemon Squeeze, the episode that just came on. Or it's called the Sour Squeeze, and it's supposed to have been an intervention for Mariah and Toya after their fight. Dr. Jackie wanted to bring them together to try to calm everything down and try to get them to move past whatever happened, and get them to express how they feel about what went on, why it went on, and all that kind of stuff, and how can they move to change it, the situation. So basically, this is my questions, comments, and concerns on this episode. And I would like to start off by crowning a new winner in that Toya and Mariah fight, because after they replayed it over and over, and after I've seen it over and over again, Toya kind of got in Mariah's ass on some real shit. If you go back and look at that video or go back and look at that fight, Toya got a couple of punches in on Mariah's face, and I mean, they were something serious. And then really the only reason why Mariah got the ups on Toya is because they fell over the chair. By that time, Mariah had already lost her purse in the pool, and they fell over the chair. Or well, after Quiet came to, and they fell over the chair. And then, usually losers always, people always jump in, and that person gets jumped. So, as you can see, Mariah's people, Lake and Lucy, did jump in that fight to help out Mariah, because they knew that Toya was getting the best of her. So I will crown Toya the victor of that fight. But anyways, Dr. Simone, her part came in, and I really love Dr. Simone's relationship with her family. I just like how she interacts with her kids. I love the relationship that they have, and I believe that is key, especially when somebody like a doctor has so much time that they spend outside of the home. I feel like the quality time that they do have, or that additional free time that they do have, it should go to what you love most. And in Dr. Simone's case, that is for her family and her kids. But throughout this episode, it seems like they are truly trying to make Mariah out to be the big bad wolf. Just how, it just seems like everybody is kind of flocking towards Toya. And, you can really see that, the tables are kind of turning in their whole little social circle. But, Toya, you can tell she's one of those people who like to throw the money around. Like, she'll buy a pair of shoes and be like, girl, I'm in $200 shoes. And, just how she like to throw up the fact that they spending the money on the house. It's like, in all actuality, you the one who really wants the house. Dr. Eugene just wants to make you happy. And I feel like whatever he can do to shut your ass up, he'll do. I'm still not, I'm not all that sure about their relationship, because it kind of seems pushed. It just seems like they're just, trying to, push it to make it work. Which in a lot of relationships, that's what happens. But it just seems like they are, two totally different people. And sometimes, their interaction is just not genuine when I'm looking at it. So, yeah, Eugene better watch out, because it just seemed like Toya will take his money or spend it all for the most part. So anyways, did anybody else catch Dr. Jackie on the Braxtons? She's Tamar's OBGYN. I thought that was funny when I saw Dr. Jackie on the Braxtons the other night. But why her skinny ass always talking about somebody being fat? Like, I don't like that. I understand you're a doctor and you want people to be healthy, but at a point, it's like you're being really judgmental. Like, even the chick that was pregnant, I know you're not just because you're pregnant supposed to just, eat hella food, but, weight gain is to be expected, right? So why is she like talking about, oh, you guys gain weight and all this kind of stuff? She really is a fat police, and the chick with the made for TV tat. I mean, I'm going to have to side eye that one because, I mean, I just thought that was kind of hood. And I say hood, I don't say ghetto. I actually hate when people say ghetto, but that was pretty freaking hood. So anyways, another thing that I really couldn't understand is why Toya is looking for an apology, or why does she expect an apology from Mariah? I mean, you guys, from the beginning, even from the jump, you were saying, you guys are kind of like fake friends. You're only cool because your husbands work together, and so you got to put up a front to try to just make it work because of your husbands. Now, being in a relationship like that, friendship like that, you're bound to have those types of rifts, and you're bound to end up in fights and arguments like that, because you already went in knowing that this really ain't your friend. So you're not going to be like, you're going to be phony kicking it. And usually when you're phony kicking it, it leads to some bullshit, and that's exactly what happened. And I thought it was just ridiculous, and also I thought it was crazy at the fact that Toya bringing up that sad ass shit. She want to break down and cry at Dr. Simone's homecoming party. Eugene's like, I'm here for a while. I'm on call. I gotta go in. I'm here for a fun time. Toya's making this big deal about, him not listening and him not feeling her pain. And it's just like, well, sweetheart, you really decided to bring the whole fucking conversation up at a bad, at the wrong time. You're supposed to be at Simone's party, which nobody was there yet. But, why would you wait to bring it up then? And I'm sure Dr. Eugene has heard about it, over 150 times since the fight has happened. So, I mean, at this point, he probably is like, damn, bitch, like, I'm really not trying to hear that right now. I'm just trying to have this little free time, have this little fun time while I got this free time before I got to go to work. And you ruining it, crying about the fact that you want Mariah to apologize to you. Like, this chick is really going to apologize to you. Like, who would expect Mariah to actually apologize to Toya? Or Carrie at that. I mean, and I feel like Carrie is owed the apology more than Toya is. But, all well with all of that. So even at the party, did anybody else notice that Dr. Simone was drunk as hell? And she hella hood. When she gets drunk, she gets hood. When she comes out of that doctor's coat, she is a totally different person. And, I take that back, because she is the same person in that coat and out that coat, because she's hood no matter what, and the coat didn't make no difference. And, I mean, but she's hilarious. I do like Dr. Simone. But, even with that, at that party, note the fact that Dr. Simone was hella late. All them folks was there at her party before she arrived, and nobody say nothing. Did nobody find it, have no problem, except for Dr. Jackie. But, Toya ain't get on Dr. Simone and was talking shit to Dr. Jackie about the fact that Simone was late, and she could have, but, editing does play a huge factor in these types of reality shows, so she could have been, because Toya is that type of shady motherfucker. Like, when the grass is greener, she's going for it. If it looks good, then she's going for it. And, Toya is one of those fair weather friends. She's there for the good, and she's gone for the bad. Yeah. So, meanwhile, Mariah is talking to Aiden about everything that's going on, or they're having a conversation. And to me, you know what, because this is when I really got to see Mariah's kids, that little boy and that little girl look just alike to me. I would never have been able to tell if they didn't let it out. I wouldn't have been able to tell that Aiden wasn't Lauren's dad. I would have never been able to tell that. Although, you know, Lauren does have, you know, her braids in her head. You know, that's not her hair. I could tell that much. And, you know, the little boy has all that hair in his head. So, I mean, on that sense, but even with that, you know, their faces, their facial features look almost identical. So I would have never known that they were, you know, not, you know, from the same parents. And so, you know, I don't know why this came out or anything like that, but you wouldn't have never been able to tell regardless to me. Now, you know, other people may say, oh yeah, that's definitely not Aiden's daughter or whatever, but to me, I think she looks just like the son. So the lemon squeeze came on or whatever.